Sports on Tap is brought to you by Go To Pro Plumbing, Land and Sea Motorsports, On the Bay Customs Boutique and Cafe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
I don't know what we're yelling about!
I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice.
Loud noises!
Not a game.
This is the first time in my life I'm glad I'm deaf.
We're talking about practice, man.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
65.
63. Knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With music and straws dropping, they're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening and you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and rock with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go when all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
There you go.
There we go.
There we go. Welcome to this week's edition of Sports on Tap. I know it's close to Christmas, man. It hasn't freaking. It's not exactly the best way to open a show, but
Yeah, without a voice?
Yeah,
No, not at all.
we probably should have checked that before we started.
Probably should have. Well, I always turn it up as it's coming down
Right.
in the intro, and just we were talking about other things and doing other things,
Yeah.
and just one of those brain farts, man.
It happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is what it is. We're live.
Fuck it. There you go. Welcome to this week's edition of Sports on Tap. I am Chris Scott alongside Joe Waddell. Joe, how are we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm ready for Christmas, as you
Yeah,
can see.
yeah.
I got the llama Christmas
I
shirt
can
on.
see that.
Yeah,
I'm ready
I
for
got
it.
the Santa hat.
I'm ready for it to be over, but we differ on that, and that's fine.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, you know what? I used to be that way.
Yeah.
And for obvious reasons,
Yes.
I have a daughter.
Yes.
I have become a Christmas person again. I didn't used to be. I wasn't, for a long time.
Yeah,
I didn't really care about Christmas. It wasn't a thing for me. But now I look forward to it because I don't know about you. Are you a gift giver or a gift receiver? Like what?
I love giving gifts.
Right?
Yeah.
I absolutely love giving gifts.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made me not like Christmas for a long time is I don't really, even on my birthday, I'm not a big,
No, neither am I.
I don't really enjoy getting gifts from people. I
generally
appreciate
don't-
it.
I generally don't even tell people it is my birthday.
Same with me.
Yeah.
I just, it's one of those things where I'm a little uncomfortable getting gifts. I really appreciate every time I get them.
100%.
And it's really super nice, but I'm just an awkward gift getter.
Yep.
I love giving
Oh,
gifts.
absolutely. I love seeing the look on a person's face when you get something that they absolutely want.
When you because you put thought into
Exactly.
it.
I love it.
And you get them something that you really think they're going to love and
Yep.
you think they're going to enjoy. And I'm right there with you, bud.
Yep.
I love giving gifts and seeing my daughter's face on
Oh,
Christmas
I
when
mean,
she gets that makes it all worth it.
Especially with children. I mean,
Yeah.
how can you deny that?
100%.
Come on.
100%. And this is going to be the first year where she kind of knows about Santa. Like last year she knew about Santa, but
Yeah.
she knows Santa's bringing her gifts and he's going to come at night and drop the gifts off. So seeing her face in the morning at the Santa gifts is going to be really cool. I'm going to enjoy that.
As you can see, we are down a man tonight. Frank, we know he'll be here next week. He's got some stuff to take care of, so he will not be with us this week. But next week he will definitely be here.
Yep. And miss you, bud. And we'll hopefully see you here next week.
Absolutely. But but back to the Christmas thing. That's I couldn't agree with you more, especially with children the most, because it's just like you see that look,
Yeah.
and it's just like
It's like pure
it's joy. It's like when Ovi won the
Pure
Stanley Cup.
joy. Yeah.
Like when Ovechkin finally won the Stanley Cup, just that was just pure joy.
That exuberance, that
Yeah.
pure joy, that
Yes.
pure happiness. And I remember that when I was a kid, and seeing that on her face now it makes it all worth it for me. That's why I've become about Christmas. Is even when I could give gifts before, it just wasn't the same. And all of a sudden, with me, I added a little one, and it made it all different, completely different.
I mean, what took it out of me is just working retail as long as I did. These asshole people they just take it out of you, man.
Oh God, yeah.
People are
absolutely.
This season has just become so commercialized, so just corporate, just bullshit. And it just took it out of me.
Oh yeah, everyone's supposed to have Christmas spirit while they're in stores cussing people out because they took the last
exactly
whatever.
You don't have
wanted.
this. Why don't you have this?
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
I don't know.
Where,
why did you wait till fucking Christmas to get it?
Why did you wait until a week before Christmas? Right,
exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're right. Being in retail and being in the service industry sometimes will do that to you with certain holidays. And
this is
Christmas is definitely one of them.
But that's a shitty thing. Let's move on to another shitty thing.
I'm anxious to see where we're going right now because we didn't do much of a show rundown before the show, so
we just decided to wing it a little bit.
Yeah. A wing and a prayer.
It's our Christmas show, so we're going live. Fuck it.
We're live. Fuck it.
Exactly. Yes, the Honolulu Blue and Silver. It's obviously they lost. We told you they were going to get trucked by Tennessee, and they did.
They got truck sticked.
Yeah, they did. Oh yeah,
by Derrick Henry.
God, man,
that dude's a beast. He is just a beast.
He stiff-armed that one dude into freaking next week.
Oh,
holy
man.
shit, man.
That dude saw Christmas early.
He did. 100% he did. And then, of course...
the poor guy just got brought up from the practice squad,
He did. Like, was that like his first NFL game?
Yeah.
And now you're a meme.
Yeah.
That sucks. Now you're a meme. Your first NFL game, and you become a meme in your first NFL game. And not a meme for a good reason.
No. No,
because a grown ass man just obliterated you,
just treated you like a child.
Right, exactly.
Which he does. You can't fault the guy. Derrick Henry does that to a lot of guys.
Yes, he does.
He makes them look like children.
He does. He absolutely.
He flicks them off like they're gnats.
Like Josh Norman. It's not exactly a small dude.
No,
but he made that dude look like
he got thrown into the locker room.
Yes. It was like, holy shit, man. That's unfair. A dude that can run that fast, that's that big.
Yeah. Eesh. Yeah, that big, that strong, that fast.
I think that's where I might make a business decision and be like, nah, I'm good. Go ahead, man.
Right?
I'm not becoming a meme.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody gets posterized, like in the NBA and the dunk, like, nah, man, you do your thing. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. You know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna back away from this one.
I don't want a picture forever with your nuts like square in my fucking face as you're dunking on me. I don't want that.
I don't want that. I'm gonna back away slowly. I'm just gonna back away slowly. Just like Homer Simpson into the bush.
Exactly.
I'm going to back away slowly.
I'm going to back away slowly. But, of course, the Lions get trucked, and then in typical Lions fashion, this week they fired their special teams coordinator.
Because, again, and the reason is, and I'm going to say because, it's the stupid reason, but because supposedly he went rogue and called a fake punt when it wasn't supposed to be a fake punt.
Right.
I don't know. To me, it seems like somebody trying to use somebody as a scapegoat.
Yep.
And trying to make sure their name doesn't get sullied because they're looking for either to take over the head coaching job in Detroit or move to another city and get a head coaching job. It just seems like it's scapegoating to me. I could be wrong, but
and the funny thing about it, the Lions special teams, which is literally the only good thing about this team, they were ranked 4th in the NFL.
Right.
But yeah, by all means, fire that guy because he saw an opportunity to do something and he took it.
So I understand the pecking order.
No, I get 100%.
So, but when it comes down to it, your special teams is 4th in the league.
Yep.
Don't fire the guy.
No.
I mean, that's cutting off your nose to spite your face. Discipline him. Fine him. Do something. Make it apparent that you did something, but don't fire the guy. He's been doing a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, you need guys in Detroit that can do a good job.
Yep.
I don't understand the firing. I understand disciplinary action, but just canning the guy, it seems odd to me.
No, I said something about a culture issue or whatever like that. I'm like, what culture? What culture do you have besides losing? Besides failure? Besides incompetence? What culture do you have? None.
None.
But again, by all means, the one part of your team that's actually successful, fire that guy. And that's SOL to a T. It is.
It is. And
of course, you know the dude who fired him? Rod Wood.
Well, yeah. Well, it was Bevel and Rod.
Right, but Rod Wood-
they did it together.
Right.
Like they walked into the room hand in hand
Right.
and arm in arm, and they said, "We're gonna tag team on this one. You're gone."
Yeah.
It just another thing about the Lions, which is another thing that goes along with SOL and what the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah.
Is I'm not gonna dog Matthew Stafford for wanting to play
No.
because the guy. He's a man,
Dude,
right? I mean, I
say what
respect the guy.
Yeah, say what you want about Matt Stafford. That's a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah, he is. I respect the dude.
Yep.
Right? He wants to play.
Yep.
But where are the people behind the scenes to just kind of put a hand on Matt's shoulder and say, why don't you sit this one out, man?
Yep.
You got some messed up ribs. You got a messed up thumb. You are important to this franchise, whether you're going to be traded or whether you're going to be here next year. You're important to this franchise.
Yep.
You kind of are the franchise at this point, whether they're going to trade you for assets or you're going to be here. You have to step in and sit him down and say, you're not going to go this week. You're not going to go the rest of the season. The season is over with. Why are you risking your asset for no reason when he's already hurt? I just don't see the point in it.
No.
I don't see why somebody didn't step in and sit him down. You're done. And now I hear he's actually practicing limited basis this week, and he might play his.
Why?
What the fuck are you thinking? What? I understand his thought process. He wants to go out and play,
Oh, yeah.
right? He's a warrior. He wants to go out and
for
play.
his teammates. And his teammates
Exactly.
appreciate the hell out of it. Obviously, you saw some of the tweets after the game, like, that's my
Absolutely.
quarterback and all that shit. And that's great. Like, your teammates should know by now, like, you're a gamer.
You're
You're
right.
tough. You know, he's got your back. But at some point, and not just the team, not just his team sitting out, but himself. Like, you got to look beyond your fucking football career.
Yeah.
Man. Like, is this shit, is playing for the Detroit Lions in 2020 worth it? Worth your long-term health?
I mean, it shouldn't be to him, but I understand him wanting to play.
No, I do.
That's-
I get the mentality.
That's where somebody needs to step in, because a player is going to want to play unless you're Kenny Galladay.
Who?
A player will want to play.
Yeah.
That's what they want, to be out there. They're not going to sit down for no reason. So you have to, behind the scenes, you have to make them sit down when they're going out there for no reason.
Yeah.
And at this point in the season, on this team, it's for no reason
No reason.
at all.
No, I get it. It's just another SOL thing.
You're hurting your asset at that point.
Yep. Just
Again, whether he's going to be here or whether you're going to trade him, he loses value if he goes out there and continues to play hurt and possibly gets hurt even worse. It makes no sense.
No, another thing that doesn't make sense: the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh God. Okay, so I think we talked about this already. Is they were kind of an overrated team in our opinion. Like, we looked at them in early season, their defense was good.
It was good. We actually had them rated probably the best team in the NFL.
At one point. And then
Yep.
the defense kind of fell off. They had some injuries. And we were looking at it, and when you look at their schedule, you kind of look at it and go, they're pretty overrated. They were 11-0 at one point.
Yeah.
Now they're 11-3. And looking down the barrel of an Indianapolis team this next week, and then after that,
They got your Browns.
you got my Browns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were leading the AFC. They were leading their division, and now they're at risk of. They've already lost the AFC. They're at risk of losing the division if they lose this week to Indy.
Yep.
If they lose this week to Indy, and Cleveland takes care of business in New York again
Which they should.
against
your boy.
against the Jets.
Gets your boy.
against Adam fucking Gaze, who actually pulled out a win this last week. We'll get to that.
Well, we
in a
will
few minutes.
definitely get to that.
But if they pull out a win against the Jets in New York, in back-to-back weeks in New York, and Pittsburgh falls to Indy, like I believe they will actually,
Yep.
then Pittsburgh and Cleveland, final game of the season,
For the division title.
play for the division title.
I want to see that.
I really do too. Obvious reasons.
Yeah,
Cleveland Browns fan.
I wanna see that.
I want to see that so badly.
I want to see Juju get fucking jacked up again. That was great.
I do too.
That was great. Don't dance on the fucking logo, idiot.
Yeah, so for people who don't know,
what's wrong with you?
Juju Smith-Schuster has this thing where when he goes to opposing fields, he dances on the opposing team's logo.
Does stupid TikTok
and he
videos.
does a TikTok video or whatever the hell it
Fucking
is. I don't
idiot.
know. I don't really know what the hell those are, but he does those videos and shit. And this week, he in a game where you know Cincinnati's going to play him tough. 'Cause
Absolutely.
That
It's
game
a
is
division game. It's a
always-
rivalry game. Absolutely.
I was talking to you guys about it. That game is always fun to watch
Always.
because
It's physical.
it's so physical.
Yep.
It's like old school football. They just hate each other.
Yep.
And Juju got lit up.
Yeah, he did.
Lit up.
Yeah, he did. Which was awesome to see.
I liked it. Go ahead.
Because the guy that like called him out for it was the one that fucking did it, which is even better.
Yeah. that is better. That's much better.
It's like, oh, okay, you want to dance on our logo? That's fine. I got
Okay.
you. And then I got you.
As soon as I see you coming across the middle,
Boom.
watch out. Well, and we also talked about this before the show a little bit. What is it with wide receivers and just being divas and just being out of their fucking minds when it comes to shit? Like even the not so good ones. Now, like Juju Smith-Schuster looked good the first year he was there when Antonio Brown was on the other side of the field
Exactly.
taking
He
away
also
coverage.
had AB on the
when
other
he had
side.
AB taking away coverage.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden you put him as his own guy, and nobody's taking coverage away from him.
Nope.
There's other receivers on that team that are much better than he is. Deontay Johnson.
I think Claypool's better.
Deontay Johnson, much better.
Yeah.
Claypool, much better. James Washington, probably equally as good.
Right.
So Juju, you gotta lose your attitude, dude.
Yeah.
You are not.
You're not
you are-
that guy, man.
You're not Odell.
No.
You're not Devontae Adams. Like you're not Julio Jones, bro. Bring it down a notch. Stop dancing on fucking logos on TikTok.
Right.
And just try to catch the ball.
That's the thing.
And not fumble it.
Maybe worry about catching the ball and being productive for your team, other than making fucking TikTok videos.
Right.
Like how about that? Maybe.
Yeah,
Like if you're
maybe.
if you were up near like the Stephon Diggs range, like with 100 catches and 1,000 yards receiving, whatever. You know what? Dance on the fucking logo. I don't care. But yeah, I still want to see your ass get rocked for doing that shit because I just think it's disrespectful to do it.
Yeah.
But get to that level, and then maybe we'll talk. Whatever. But don't do it when you're sorry, dude. You're not even you're probably not even in the top 20 of receivers in this league.
No.
Like
No, I wouldn't put him there.
What gives you the right to do that shit? And if I was an opposing player, hell yeah, I'd want to knock his block off.
Absolutely. And when it comes down to it, like you said, when you reach a certain level of your craft in the NFL, you have a certain amount of leeway.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay? Now, even then, I still want to see a dude get lit up. I don't care who it is if they do that stupid shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have some leeway when you make it to the top of your position in the NFL. You're not there, dude.
No.
Juju, you are so far from there.
Oh, God, yeah.
So bring it down a notch,
Yeah.
bud.
I mean,
Or else other teams are gonna bring you down a notch.
oh, absolutely. I mean, not just Juju, but like more with the Steelers. You look at Roethlisberger, and it's just like, wow, my dude is a shell of himself. The dude can't throw the ball downfield anymore.
Exactly. So watching that game last night, I texted you something, and you responded with, "I was just thinking that," and he reminds me of Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Shot putting the ball now.
Yep.
It's almost like he doesn't have the arm strength
Yeah.
anymore to really truly throw it. He's shot putting it, and it was, last night was the first game where it really stood out to me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I especially if he doesn't have time, like a lot
Yeah.
of time to like load up and throw it. You really notice it.
Yeah,
And it's just like, wow. Man.
I guess that maybe I haven't watched too much Pittsburgh Steelers football, but yeah, it was the first time I truly noticed that he was sidearm shot putting it like Phillip Rivers has started doing.
Yep. And it's sad to watch because I mean, for as tough as that guy has been in the pocket and whatnot, for as many hits as that dude has taken,
Oh, and he's another one. I have respect for the guy, man.
Absolutely.
He's
on the football field.
On the football field.
As a person, I think he's a piece of shit. But
Yeah, I would agree with that. I have respect for him as a football player because he does take a beating, and he's willing to take a beating for his team. But when it comes down to it, I just doesn't look like. It looks like age has kind of caught up to him, and it seems like it happened pretty quickly.
Yeah. But especially for how many times that particular dude has been hit.
Yeah.
And for how he played the game, I'm not surprised that it happened quickly.
Because he looked pretty good at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
He was playing pretty well, and
Right.
then all of a sudden, it's like he lost it. He lost it.
When they have to start throwing the ball like 50 times a game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that loss is kind of in his hands. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, those turnovers are big.
Yeah.
And even then, there was a couple times where there was like 2 interceptions that should have happened that didn't happen. So
Yeah, that one that was over the shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that game is pretty much on him. That loss is on him.
Yeah. Like I kind of feel bad for Pittsburgh's defense because I mean their defense still is a solid defense. It's actually still good defense.
Yeah.
But they're on the field so much because their offense is so putrid. Because they can't run the ball. So there's like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and then they'll have like drive, and then like 3 and out, 3 and out, and it's like your defense is on the field so much.
I don't think I've seen a worse running team.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
I mean,
and you can't tell me James Conner makes that big of a difference.
No.
He doesn't. But that run game is putrid.
I mean, we've seen a lot of shitty running teams here in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we've seen a lot of teams here in Detroit in a lot of years that just don't try to run the ball.
Yeah.
They just give up on it, which I never really knew whether it was bad or you just didn't want to run it. But when it comes down to it, that run game in Pittsburgh, they keep trying, and it's just not good.
It's not there.
They don't open up any holes on that offensive line. The running backs don't hit the line. They don't have any burst. Last night on a what was a 3rd and 1, and Frank actually texted in the group text and said Benny Snell just stopped.
Yeah,
like when
go dude.
Third and 1, run into the line, man.
Yep.
Run into the line. And he ran up and just kind of stutter stepped and stopped and then got leveled. It's just that whole run game just does not look good.
No,
for a team that was supposed to be the AFC,
they could challenge
the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
in the
they
AFC.
could challenge the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, they're definitely on a express train to a first round exit in the playoffs.
Yeah,
which whatever.
They're definitely overrated in my book.
Talk about overrated. I've said this for a few weeks now. I mean, you know how I feel about Jared Goff. I'm sorry, the LA Rams are incredibly overrated.
Well, listen, they lost to Adam fucking Gase.
You lost to the Jets, man. At home, you lost to the fucking Jets.
You lost to Adam fucking Gase.
And I know there's nobody in the stands. I get that, but still, you lost to the fucking Jets at home. You lost to Adam fucking Gase at home. Like
was that Adam Gase's last fuck you to the Jets? Like, because if he's going to lose his job,
and they're not going to get
they're not going to get Trevor Lawrence, can you imagine? Like, he can't even lose properly.
No,
like he screws up losing. All they had to do was continue to be putrid and get Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
And now Jacksonville looks like they're going to get Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
And actually, I think that's better for Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, I think he would probably be all right with that going to.
Well, listen, it's Florida.
Yeah.
But also, I think football wise, I think I'd rather go there than the Jets.
The Jets are they're a disaster. Simple as that.
Neither team is great, but I'd rather go to Jacksonville.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see a lot of players that have left there that have had some parting shots on the way out.
Yes, you're right. But even then, I look at it and there's no evidence that Adam Gase will be gone.
No, there's not.
So with that being said,
yeah, it's still it's a better situation.
I'll take Jacksonville.
Right. But I'm watching that game and I'm just like, all right, so one of the Rams is finally gonna be okay. It's the Jets. Let's move along. Let's get this over. And as the game just kept going and going, and I was like, dude, the Jets are actually gonna win. The Jets are gonna fucking win this fucking game.
Yeah, and they lost me a survivor pool too.
Yeah,
because
that's what you were pissed about. Yeah.
So and we had our second survivor pool because somebody won the first one.
Yep.
Kind of midway through the season, so we started a second one. There was 6 people got knocked out of the survivor pool this week. 7 people were in it, and 6 got knocked out, and I believe 5 picked the Rams.
No shit.
The other one picked the Steelers.
Wow.
Who lost to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, man.
I mean,
this has been a year of like just nobody knows what's going to happen like from week to week. But these two games in particular are just kind of like, really?
Well, and another one was, Pittsburgh's showing that they can lose to almost anybody now, I guess. But yeah. Pittsburgh losing to Washington was an upset.
Yeah, that
was one that I don't think many people saw coming.
I only say I could kind of see it happen because Washington does have a legitimately good defense. So that
they actually are really good.
I could kind of seen that one coming. But the Bengals. Yeah, I know it's a division game, but still, you gotta win that game. The Bengals they're 2-14 or 2-10, starting with a quarterback you never fucking heard of.
Yeah,
you know, like come on,
yeah,
man.
Ryan Finley.
I've never heard of that guy.
I mean, I have
until last night.
I have, but I'm a football guy.
You're a fucking dork.
I am. I'm a nerd when it comes to football.
Yeah, you were.
I'm a football nerd. But yeah, no, he was the guy that took over for Dalton last year, and then lost the job to Dalton again. And then they drafted Joe Burrow. So, yeah, I mean, I know who he is, but I also know he's not a very good quarterback.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's definitely not a great quarterback. Although last night Last night he showed some poise.
He did. Yeah,
He showed he can play in the league. Not necessarily as a starter, but he showed he can play in the league.
Yeah, he can back up somewhere.
Yeah,
anywhere.
I was impressed.
But like going back to the Rams, Jared Goff. I'm sorry, dude. That dude's a bust. He's a bust. I call it he's a bust.
$100 million bust.
You're paying that dude that much money.
Well,
and
him and Wentz.
Yeah.
So both guys got drafted in the same year.
Yeah.
And I was more a Wentz guy than I was a Goff guy originally.
I didn't like either of them.
And I was more.
But if I had
Wentz.
gone to my hand, I would have been a Wentz guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Goff is basically, if like you've said it before, if anybody else was the quarterback of the Rams in that Super Bowl against the Patriots, they win.
They do.
And Goff is almost like a. The only way he makes it anywhere is if he's a Trent Dilfer quarterbacking
manager,
the Baltimore Ravens. You know, when they win it, like that's the only way is if you're a game manager quarterback who's on a team with like the greatest defense there is
right.
and the best running game. Like he's just not. When you got to put the game totally on his shoulders, you might as well just give up.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. But
he might throw for a lot of yards, but he's not going to win you the game.
No.
But also he has some good receivers on that team, so that's why his yards add up. It's not necessarily because of him, but I mean he'll get you stats if you're just wanting the fantasy football stats. That's what. But when it comes down to it, even then he has shit ass games.
Yeah.
And if you have to put the game in his hands, it's not happening.
Yeah, with that dude as your starting quarterback, you're not winning shit. You're not. You might get there, but you're not winning anything.
Nope.
He's not that guy. He never has been that guy. He was like that at Cal. He's been like that since he's got in the NFL. And that contract, when I heard the contract that they gave him, that extension, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like you're totally fucking your franchise. And
they did.
And I'm not surprised given the dipshit who owns that franchise. So it makes total sense. It's the same dude that owns Arsenal. He's a fucking moron. Real estate, good. Sports, bad.
Sports, not so good.
Not so good. They own the Avalanche too.
Oh, okay. Well, talking about those two quarterbacks, Wentz. So he's gotten replaced by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And Hurts looks like the real deal.
He does. And even in defeat this week, he looked like he knew what the fuck he was doing. He actually had that offense doing stuff.
He belongs
Yes.
as a starting quarterback in the NFL,
100%.
which brings me to the next point.
Yep.
What do they do with Wentz? Because his contract is almost unmovable.
He gone.
They're going to be killed cap-wise if they get rid of him. Worse than if they keep him.
Well,
so they've screwed themselves.
This wouldn't be the first time they've done that. The Eagles have done that. I think it was like a $10 million cap hit, like for the next year or two. I think that's what I heard last night.
Okay, I thought it was more than that.
No, I think it's only $10 million. I think I'm not. It's not set in stone or anything, but I believe that's what I heard last night.
Right.
But yeah, there's he's definitely not going to be in Philadelphia next year. There's not a chance in hell that happens. Where he goes, who the hell knows? I know we kind of talked about it last week that if Breeze decides to hang it up, maybe New Orleans is a good fit. Other than that, I don't know of a place that he could go that I would actually take that on. But I mean, you could try to swap him for Kirk Cousins straight up. How about that?
Right.
Two dudes that are completely stealing money.
Yeah, right.
How about that?
Right.
If Dak goes wherever Dak goes, maybe Dallas is an option. I know Jerry Jones likes dudes that can chuck the football, and Wentz can do that. Dude's got a cannon for an arm, so
yeah.
I mean, that might be an option. But he's definitely not going to be in Philly next year. Just
got a message from Eddie. Says send Wentz to Indy.
That's another one. That's one I heard yesterday. Yeah, good call on that, Eddie. That's also a rumor, not a rumor, but this kind of speculation of where he could end up. Yeah, I think that'd be, honestly, if they can swing that, I think that'd be a good place for him to end up.
See, and I think I think he would actually do well. And I've said this to you before. I think Philadelphia ruined him. I think the injuries ruined him. I think if he gets on another team, there's too much talent there. He really was a talented guy. Mm-hmm. You saw in the first couple of years, besides the injuries, he was a talented quarterback. I think if he gets in the right spot and is with the right coach that can get him out of his head, that he will succeed in the right situation. I think he will, because he's an athletic guy. He can run the football. He can get out of the pocket. He's not necessarily a running quarterback. He's just an athletic quarterback. Mm. And if he gets out of his own head, I think he can have success.
Do you think it's because he doesn't want to get hurt again?
I think the injuries have played a little bit into it. I think he's in his head about injuries, and then I think some things have happened on that franchise. Like I told you, I don't necessarily like Peterson. I don't think he's a great head coach. I think it was I won't say he lucked into it. I think it was fluky. I think their Super Bowl was fluky. I just things I've seen since then. He's just not a great head coach. I'm not going to put him on the Adam Gase level or the Anthony Lynn level
or the Matt Patricia level.
Or the Matt Patricia level. But no, he's just not very good. And when you put your players in a position to fail, and they fail and they fail again and they fail again, it gets into their head, especially quarterbacks, because it's kind of all on them. So when it comes down to it, you put your quarterback in a position to fail. You don't have many weapons around him. Jalen Hurts has proven he can still do it with the weapons that they have, but he's also more of a running quarterback.
Yeah, he can actually get out of the pocket.
He's quite a bit more athletic than Carson Wentz, even though Carson Wentz is athletic. He's putting together some things that Carson Wentz couldn't, and I think Carson Wentz could if he hadn't had so much failure up until now to where he's just literally in his own head. He is his worst enemy right now, along with the Philadelphia Eagles. Get him out of there. Get him somewhere else. I think he succeeds.
Now, obviously, Philly, it's an incredibly difficult city to play, to be like I guess the star player for any team. Like if you're the star player for the Flyers, or like you look at Bryce Harper when now, like if you're that guy in Philly, you better bring it, or else they're gonna let you know. Like if you suck, they have no issue letting you know that you suck.
Yeah.
And that's God, I wish fans in the city would do that. I really do, but.
No, they won't.
Even the media, they'll blast you if you suck.
Oh yeah,
but
in this
town,
in this town, the media doesn't blast you. Well, some do.
Some do.
And then teams run for the hills when they do.
Yeah.
Frank actually just messaged in. He said if it weren't for the same division, Dallas would maybe be a possibility.
Yeah,
I think Dallas would be a successful place for him.
It all depends on what Dak does.
It does, and it all depends on whether they release him or trade him.
Yeah.
Because if they trade him, they're not trading him to Dallas.
Oh, hell no.
If they release him, he can sign there, and that's different.
Right.
You said also question him ending up in Detroit. And that also depends. I mean, obviously, it depends on what happens with Stafford.
Right.
Are they going to move on from Stafford?
I at this point, they should.
I think they should. By the way, the cap hit for Philly would be $15 million.
Was it 15? Okay.
$15 million in dead cap if they release him. Or trade him.
Okay.
One or the other.
Yeah, but that's not.
But they would also relieve about $19 million in space. So it's kind of one of those give and take things.
Right.
It's not undoable.
No.
It's not like you can't move it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he's already wanting a trade out of there.
Oh yeah, he's made that clear that he wants out if he's not going to be the starter, and it's like, dude, play better. You want to be the starter, play better.
Yeah,
like it's simple as that.
It really is, and I'm a guy that I think he can play better. Even then, I'm going to say, dude, you wouldn't have lost your job if you would have played better. Period. Like
it's simple.
Just play better.
Play better. Simple as that.
Eddie says Stafford is the Verlander of the Lions.
I don't quite understand what that means.
The town just loves him. Like if he moves on,
all right.
Like if he moves on, the town everybody here will still root for him. Like Verlander moved on and won a World Series, and everyone was like, "Oh, good for Verlander. He's our guy." And if Stafford were to leave here, I believe that would be the case. Verlander, he would be like Verlander. Like people would still root for him when he left here.
I think people would. I don't think they would do it the same way that they did for Verlander.
No.
I think to a degree, yes, I do.
Just not on the same level.
Not on the same level, no. I don't, because if he goes on to win somewhere else, fans are going to be fucking furious. Lion fans are going to be furious that he won somewhere else.
See, what I think they'll be more furious at though is I think they'll be more furious at the team at that point. Because fans here have started to turn on them a little bit to the point where they're not going to stop going to games.
Nope.
They're not going to stop buying the merchandise. But they've turned on the team a little bit here to the point where if Matthew Stafford were to move on, like people got mad that they hadn't fired Patricia yet.
Nope.
That's never happened before. Where fans were generally just pissed off that they hadn't. Normally they're like, well, you got to give a coach a chance. So you can't just fire him and not give him a chance. Let him work things out. And normally fans were like that here. Whereas with Patricia, they were like, can you just fucking get rid of him already? Like just do it. And I think if he were to move on and win, I think fans would be happy for him and pissed off at the team.
I mean, yeah, I'd be happy for him. Yeah, you go and win. Good for you, buddy.
Listen, I'd be happy for him because he would have left here and won elsewhere.
Yeah.
And one, I hate the Lions.
Yep.
And two, it proves that the Lions were the issue and not Stafford.
Yep.
And which is a contradictory for me from beginning because I wasn't really a Stafford guy, mainly because I don't like the Lions, so I just wasn't a Stafford guy. But over the years, I've seen Stafford really isn't the problem. I mean, he's got some problems.
Oh, absolutely.
He has to own some of it.
Yep.
But when it comes down to it, it's more on the team than it is him.
You had a quarterback good enough to take you places. It's simple. You did. You had more. He was more than the game manager. Was he a superstar? No, but he was good enough to get you places if you had just built the team correctly around him.
Yeah.
And you'd have been fine.
Yep,
But
I
of
agree.
course, the Lions, went Lions, and we all know the story of that. So there's no need to get into it. But that's what the fucking Lions do. They never make the right call.
Nope.
You want to know what is the right call?
I bet you're going to tell me.
I am. Giving my buddy Jason Stiltner a call at Flagstar Bank. Right now, it's a great time to purchase a home or even refinance your existing home. So, like I said, give my guy Jason Stiltner a call at Flagstar Bank. He'll give you the top-notch service that you're looking for. Flagstar, they're currently offering a 0% down home purchase program, but the program won't last long. However, the rates are incredibly low. So give my guy Jason Stiltner a call today at 248-675-0675. Trust me, you don't want to miss this great opportunity. That number again is 248-675-0675. Flagstar Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah.
That's solid. Well done, sir.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know what the Lions are going to do with him at this point. It's all up in the air at this point.
I don't see a scenario where he's back next year. I don't.
I really don't either. But I also knowing that the Lions it's the Lions.
Yeah.
Are they going to do what they should do, or are they what's going to happen? Is he going to have to demand a trade?
If I were him, well, I mean, his wife wants out of here, obviously.
If I were him, I would have already demanded a trade.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I can't even say if I were him what I would do because I would have already offered. I would have already said, "Get me out of here," and he's never done that, which in the end makes me question him as to how much does he really want to win. Is he comfortable just being here making money, or does he truly want to win? It makes me question that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how it can. Another thing we should question is what the fuck's going on in Ann Arbor right now? I know we talked about this a little bit before the show, and if you hadn't heard, Michigan finally fired defensive coordinator Don Brown.
Yeah.
But to us, and I'm sure anybody with a brainstem, that kind of screams that Harbaugh is going to be back.
Oh,
in Ann Arbor.
It shouts it from the rooftop.
Yeah.
And for personally for me, I'm sure I can speak for you too. I hate that.
I do too. I can't. I despise it.
Which means it'll be another year or 2 or 3 of me rooting against Michigan because I refuse to root for Michigan as long as he's there, and I'm not going to go back on that. I refuse to root for them. I will root for anybody who plays them as long as he's there because he's proven he needs to be gone. And Ward Manuel, what is with him and his decision making? Like this. You just had early signing.
Yep.
And then you fire your defensive coordinator.
And you had 2 commits that you had. They flipped on.
And you're going to have more.
Yeah. Oh, you're absolutely going to have more.
You're going to have more.
And one of them flipped to go to fucking Maryland.
Right.
Well, the other flipped to go to UCLA.
So what does that say?
Exactly.
And then also you have a head coach that there's no sign that you're close to signing a deal.
No.
There's no sign that you guys are just a little bit apart. And he's going to be going into the last year of his contract at a Power 5 school. Mm-hmm. Not just a Power 5 school, at Michigan. Mm. What is going on in there? Yeah. What is going on in that mind of his? Because nothing makes sense. You either have to have a deal done or you move on. This waiting till the last minute shit is just going to kill.
Oh yeah,
it's going to kill you.
It's going to absolutely kill you. It's going to put you even further behind Ohio State and Penn State and schools like that. Shit, even Michigan State's going to creep up on your ass. Mm. And they already kind of did, but
they took them down. Took them down this year. Took them to Pound Town this year.
They absolutely did. But it's to the point now where it's just kind of like, all right, dude, you guys got to get your shit together here. Like I don't like now they're starting to do pull Lion-esque stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. That's That's not how you want to run a Power 5 school.
No.
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 Especially one with that brand name. And but yeah, with that firing, it just screams to me that Harbaugh is coming back, which again, it's not ideal. It's not the news I really wanted to hear.
It's so far from ideal that I can't even express how far from ideal it is.
Now did Don Brown deserve to go? Absolutely. And
yeah, fuck yes, he did.
From what I was reading earlier today, when I saw that he had been let go, he's been telling he knew he was gone. He knew he was going to get fired. He knew it. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I probably won't be here when you're here, but just go there anyway just for the experience, the education. Like he knew he was gone.
Right.
But. I don't know. It doesn't even matter who they would bring in to replace him because it's still going to be run by khaki pants, and that's just unacceptable.
It's extremely unacceptable. Like I said, I can't even express to you how frustrating it is for me. That after, especially after this year, I even though it's a pandemic year, I thought the signs were all there that this was going to be done.
Yeah.
Like they could at least read between the lines now, as opposed to having a false record built up and then you lose the big game. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to talk about his overall record. Well, your overall record doesn't matter when you were brought here to beat Ohio State, beat Michigan State, and beat top 25 schools. And you've proven on a consistent basis you cannot do that.
You cannot do that. And not only that, obviously, and we've talked about this kind of ad nauseum, but you were brought here to compete for Big Ten titles and to compete to get to the college football playoff, which is a fucking abomination as it's currently constituted. And you know how I feel about the college football playoff. I think it's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
But you were brought here to do that, and you haven't even come remotely close to doing that. And that's that.
You're not even in the same ballpark as doing that.
No, not even close.
Not even in the same city. Not even in the same sport. It used to be in the Big Ten. It was the Big Two and the Little Eight.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And now it's Ohio State and fucking everybody else.
Everybody else.
Literally everybody else. And actually Michigan has fallen below pretty much everybody else. Like they've fallen down below the middle tier at this point.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
And then, speaking of Ohio State, of course, and we talked about it. Anybody with a brainstem knew that that the Big Ten was gonna change the fucking rules to get them to the Big Ten championship game, and then change the rules again so that they get players play in the college football playoff. I'm sorry, the Big Ten it's an absolute dumpster fire of a conference. Especially when it comes to football.
It is. And when it comes down to it, before the season started, they didn't even want to play.
No.
The Big Ten did not want to play.
They did not want to play.
So the schools had to almost petition them, or pretty much petition them to play.
Yep.
And they're backing the soapbox they stood on was the safety of the student athletes. And we care about the safety of the student athletes. So they put all these rules into place to protect the student athletes because they wanted them to be as safe as possible.
Yep.
They wanted the players on the teams to be as safe as possible to make it through a season. And in order to do that, they put in certain rules that said, if you don't play enough games, you will not qualify for the Big Ten championship. That was put in place because they wanted an incentive for the players and the kids to be safe.
Yep.
So you put a rule in place in the disguise of student athlete safety. Well, then
this is a joke in and of itself.
You change the rule for money.
Of course, money and ratings.
For money.
Yep.
Which you and I both know, and I'll speak for Frank. He knows. We know that's what they care about. The NCAA, the Big Ten, all the big conferences.
Yep.
That's all they care about is money. You don't care about the student athlete.
No, God,
you don't give a shit about them. We've already known that. So this disguise of the student athlete matters to us, and then all of a sudden you go back on the rules because you want money. Well, it just shows us what you were all about in the first place. You just proved what we already thought about you.
And then you get to the college football playoff, and I'm looking at this. I'm sorry, Ohio State doesn't deserve to be there. They don't. You play 6 fucking games. You barely win your conference championship game.
against Northwestern.
Against Northwestern.
You barely beat Indiana,
Yep.
who should have been in the conference championship besides you.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't deserve to be there.
But we all knew they were going to get put there.
Of course, because ratings, money. Exactly. And that's so now basically the college football playoffs, it's not even a playoff anymore. It's an invitational. That's all it is.
Yep.
It's a fucking invitational. Like you look at Cincinnati this year, they went undefeated. Why didn't they get a shot to play in the college football playoff? And they played more games than Ohio State.
Yep.
Why aren't they there?
Money.
It's a fucking joke.
It's a money grab.
Either expand this fucking thing or call it what it is, a fucking invitational. It's not a playoff.
No, it's not. And it, to me, it won't be a playoff until they actually put more teams in there.
But you have to.
You have to put at least 6.
Oh, but if you do 8, then teams 9 and 10 are going to bitch. I can live with teams 9 and 10 bitching
Right.
about it. But like
that's the dumbest argument.
It is. It's incredibly. It's a lazy argument.
And I know people make that argument.
It's lazy.
And it's not just you saying it. I know people make that argument. And it's a dumb argument. You're right. It's a lazy argument.
Yep.
Because listen, at this point in time, you have teams 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck teams 9 and 10. I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
Put in 6 or put in 8 so we can really find out the best teams.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the best teams don't make it in because they don't have the backing, the money backing to get in there. You know teams get snubbed all the time just because like they go undefeated and they're like, well, you're not Ohio State, so or you're not, and not even to dog Ohio State. Well, you're not a certain school. You're not Notre Dame. You're not Clemson. You're not Auburn. You're not so.
You're not from a Power 5 school.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it's like one of those things where you have to expand this a little bit and let in the best 6 to 8 schools and let them compete.
Right.
Tournament style, done.
And if it ends up Alabama, Clemson again, fine. But I'd rather have that than what it is now because it's probably going to end up Alabama, Clemson again.
Listen, the 4 teams that are in it right now, at the beginning of the year, you could have picked 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. You could
and a lot of people could have picked all 4.
Probably.
So it leaves you nothing to be desired. It leaves you nothing to anticipate other than well, we know these 4 schools are going to be playing for the championship again. Well, let's just watch them play. Which I'm hoping these games are going to be good, but I would love to see a playoff where some of these other teams, these other schools would get in there and try to compete with these schools and see what they can do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's amazing to say it's it'll set back the student athlete. Bullshit. That's such nonsense. Stop hiding behind that because we all know it's bullshit. Knock it off.
So NCAA is a money grab, right? We've discussed that, and you and I have both talked about this. If you make a larger playoff,
you'd make more money.
It's more money.
Yeah, more money. You need to get a bigger television contract.
You already have a bunch of bowl games.
Yeah,
make those bowl games the fucking playoff.
I don't see
done.
But of course, I mean, you saw how long it took them to get this fucking playoff because they didn't. We like the bowl system.
The NCAA is a joke anyway.
Yes,
for many reasons.
Like I look at a team like Texas A&M. They should be in this. They should be in this over Ohio State. I'm sorry, they should be. You played in the SEC. You lost 1 game.
Yep, I can't disagree with you. Disagree with you. But Ohio State made it because they're Ohio State.
Exactly.
They're undefeated, even though they didn't play enough games to technically get to the championship game. They let them go to the championship game because they changed the rules.
Mm-hmm.
They've played 6 games. Yeah, they're undefeated, but it's 6 fucking games.
Yep.
So, no, I agree with you. I think A&M should be there before them.
It's an absolute...
But we know why they're not.
Exactly. We do know why they're not.
Know exactly why they're not.
Yes.
Hockey season.
Yes. January 13th.
Up.
I'm very excited about that. 56-game schedule. It looks like it's all interdivisional schedule, which I'm actually very excited about as well.
Yes.
Because that's going to bring back some rivalries. And you're going to create some rivalries too, which is going to be fantastic. The Canadian division, those teams are going to beat up each other. You get to see the Battle of Alberta like 10 times. That's going to be awesome.
I'm just looking forward to having hockey back,
you and me both, brother.
It's what I look forward to this time of year when it starts up. It usually starts up in October.
Yeah.
And I'm still into football, right? But I always rely on the fact that I can watch a couple games here and there. And then once football's over with, I dive right into hockey.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good to get some hockey back here in January. I'm looking forward to it, man.
You gotta see, get that rivalry back between the Detroit and Chicago, and
I
believe they ended up in the same division. I took a glance at it, but I think they.
I actually didn't see the divisions yet.
Oh, you didn't see the divisions? Oh.
No.
I'm just looking forward to the rivalries getting back, and then they're going to do the playoff style too, like the divisional playoffs, so like they used to do. Us growing up in like the 80s and early 90s, which is. Absolutely fantastic, because that's how you create great hockey.
Yeah.
It's teams that absolutely despise each other, but they play each other, that many times.
Yep.
And that's when you create, especially playoff hockey. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that's what the NHL has missed in recent years is those rivalries.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, if you watch the NHL now compared to when we were younger.
Oh yeah,
like the rivalries that we used to see when we were younger don't exist anymore. And
No,
they
no,
don't.
they really don't.
There's not even any new good rivalries really. It's just it's nowhere near what it used to be. And they kind of took something away from the game by taking some teams out of the divisions with each other, and not letting them play each other.
No, I agree with you that. Yeah, the Blackhawks and Red Wings ended up in the Central.
Sweet.
Yeah, which you have Carolina in the Central. I don't know quite how that works, but all right.
Okay.
And Florida in the Central as well.
What?
And Tampa Bay. All right, man.
I like seeing Tampa Bay in there. That's fine, but I mean it's a little weird.
It is.
I mean,
It is slightly weird. Yes.
You got two Florida teams and a coastal Carolina team,
right,
in the Central.
I mean, I knew.
Okay.
I obviously they had to do geographically what they could possibly do to keep like everything close and shit.
Right.
Like that. I get it, but I'm just looking forward to these divisions. I mean, like I said, Detroit, Chicago, bring back that rivalry. Even Detroit and Nashville, they kind of had a little something,
Yeah.
back when they were division rivals.
Yep.
So I'm absolutely digging it. I can't wait to see those two Alberta teams go at it like 10 times though. Those teams hate each other. It's great.
Yeah. I'm pumped up to see some hockey here coming up. About a month away. A little less.
About a month away. So that'll be. I just can't wait to actually be able to get back into the arena to see it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen this year, unfortunately.
No,
but-
I don't think it's going to either, which is sad, but it's what it is. But
See, me thinking about baseball season, that's what I'm upset about. Is
Right.
and you do too. We like going to games.
yes,
Baseball games,
baseball games, hockey game. I love going, especially just down to Comerica.
Yeah, I love going down there.
as much as I hate that stadium, but I love going to watch games.
I love being at a live baseball game in the spring, in the summer.
Yep.
And even if the game's bad, there's still other things to do
Oh,
and hang
absolutely.
out. It's just great being down there. And I missed that this year drastically.
Yeah, I
and
did too.
and I'm really hoping that we might make it to a point where we'll be able to see some games this year live. But
Hopefully,
I don't know. Fingers crossed, man.
I think baseball will be able to do it. I don't know about anything else, but I think
Yeah,
baseball will,
I'm
hopefully
hoping
will
by
be
the
to
time
point.
baseball comes back around, we will
Yeah.
be. But also, for anybody that cares, NBA starts tonight. So I don't really truly care, but if you out there care, NBA starts tonight, and I don't know, more sports, I guess. More sports.
That's one thing I do not care about.
I really don't either. They got a slate of 5 or 6 games on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Now there's a football game on Christmas Day this
There
year.
is, yeah.
I'll be watching that.
Yes, as will I.
And I might have a little basketball on the side, but honestly, I'm going to be watching the football game, and then I'm going to be watching the new Wonder Woman, which comes out on HBO Max.
Nice.
On Christmas Day.
Tell you what, I won't be doing.
What's that?
I won't be going from dealership to dealership looking for an automobile or a boat.
You're impressive.
Ha!
You're impressive.
If you're not wanting to do that either, get in touch with Land & Sea Motorsports. They specialize in finding you the car, truck, or boat that you're in the market for. At Land & Sea Motorsports, tell them the type of vehicle and features that you want, and they'll do what they can to fit it in your budget. They also offer shrink wrapping and winterization for all your boats and jet skis. If your boat or vehicle need any repairs or cleaning, they offer a full detail division as well. So give them a call at 586-484-9798 or visit their website at landandseamotorsports.com. That's Land and Sea Motorsports.
Good job. You're really getting good at those segues. You know that?
I do what I can.
Yeah. Pretty damn good, man. So one thing we talked about that's not sports, and we during football season we don't get to a lot that's not sports. Because
Yeah,
there's so much to talk about.
It's
right?
so encompassing. Yeah, it just kind of like takes over the whole landscape of just sports in general.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but tonight we kind of wanted to. It's the week of Christmas, and we kind of wanted to get into just an off topic, kind of just an entertainment topic kind of thing. And we will do this a lot more once football season's over with, because we enjoy bringing up some entertainment issues.
And we
some
just need shit to
entertainment
talk
things.
about.
Yeah, and sometimes it's fun to
Yeah.
get off get off the sports topics every once in a while.
It is.
And just talk about some other shit.
I concur with that. Yes.
So, with that being said, this week being Christmas week, and we talked about Christmas movies, and we talked about how is Die Hard a Christmas. We brought up last week because Frank finally watched Die Hard, and you know it's one of those things. Is Die Hard? It's
yes.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or is it not?
It is.
There's loyalists on both sides.
Oh, absolutely, there is.
And I mean, this is one of those heated arguments.
It really is.
It's such a heated argument for such a silly argument. It's a heated argument.
And the funny thing is, nobody's wrong and nobody's right.
Exactly.
Nobody.
That's what's so great about this, and it's so heated between
is.
sides. I'm on the full belief it's a Christmas movie.
I am as well. I believe it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, there's too many things that point to it. I mean, first of all, the soundtrack has a bunch of Christmas songs on it. The movie kind of leads off with Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's other things that go along with it. They're at a Christmas party. This whole scenario doesn't take place unless they're at this Christmas party, all in the same room with the other people in the building gone. So, and then there's a lot more that goes into it. But it's a Christmas movie for me.
Yeah.
So then we talked about, what's your favorite Christmas movies?
My favorite is Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
That is my favorite Christmas movie.
I think that should be at the top of everybody's list.
Yeah.
And we have a close friend, Dennis Menard.
Yes, we do.
Who,
that's like his favorite movie of all time.
That's his favorite movie of all time. That dude watches that movie.
Does.
Every time I see him posting anything.
It's always Christmas Vacation.
Especially around this time of year. But even during the summer and shit.
Yeah.
Watching Christmas Vacation.
He watches that about as much as I watch Major League. Die Hard. I swear to God, it's amazing how much he watches that movie.
So we'll get back into the Christmas movies, but you just led me to another topic. What movie do you watch most? Is it Major League? Is it Die Hard? Which one is it?
I'd say it's a pretty close race between Die Hard and Major League.
Okay.
Because like whenever those are on, I watch it.
Yeah.
Caddyshack's another one too.
It's one of those where I think there's certain movies.
Mm-hmm.
They say there's certain movies that everybody should have seen,
Yeah.
right? And I think
Die Hard, Frank.
Well, he has now.
Finally, it only took him how long? 35 years to see it.
So there's certain movies that I think everybody should have seen.
Yes.
And some of those movies are ones where, we talk about there's movies that you just can't pass up when they're on TV, right? And you can't pass up. I can't pass up Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Like if Roadhouse is on,
Yeah.
and I have time, I'm flipping through. I see Roadhouse. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I don't care where it's at in the movie. I'm watching it. Die Hard. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. Major League. I'm watching it. Like there's one that's not on a whole lot, but I can watch it over and over again. Mystery Alaska.
I love that
If I
movie.
flip through anywhere and that's on, I'm watching Mystery Alaska.
Like Miracles one. If that's on,
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
There's certain movies that just catch you.
Slapshot.
And you could be looking for something else to watch and just trying to find something else and you catch it. And I think that's kind of one thing Frank was saying last week is he knows what he likes and he likes to watch what he likes.
That's fair.
And he doesn't branch out a whole lot. And I get that because there's movies that everybody has that if you see them again, if they're on, if you pass by them, or if you just go, yeah, fuck it, I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
You're going to watch it again.
It's like Goodfellas.
Oh,
But
God.
it has to be unedited.
Yes.
I can't watch that shit.
No,
I can't do it.
I can't watch it on who has it? TNT or
Yeah,
TBS
yeah,
or something like that. I can't
do
watch it on there.
Like
No.
AMC or whatever.
Yeah,
I just can't. No.
It's got to be the unedited
It has
version.
to be.
So anyway, back to Christmas movies.
Yes.
So I would say, what's your top 5? So you gave me your top one. I think my favorite is the same one. Christmas Vacation. It's a hard one to beat, man.
It is.
I love watching it. I can't watch it as much as Dennis does,
I know, right?
but I watch it a lot.
Okay.
It's great.
I would say Christmas Vacation, Home Alone 2, because I think it's better than the first one.
Really?
I do. I think it absolutely is better than the first one.
And I haven't seen it enough to even tell you that.
The first Home Alone would probably be 3.
Okay.
And if we're gonna consider it, Die Hard would be 4.
Okay.
5. God, 5's a tough one. Get back to
Give
me
you
on
a
the
minute?
fifth. Yeah,
Okay.
get back to me on the 5th one.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Christmas Vacation as my top one.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think after that, I'm gonna have to go with my childhood favorite, which is the original Grinch.
Okay.
I love that movie. I loved it when I was a kid, and I've just always had an affinity towards the Grinch movies. And you can't beat the original, right? They tried to do it. The Jim Carrey version is it's decent. I will watch it. The cartoon version they did after that,
Yeah.
with Benedict Cumberbatch as the voice of it, I just didn't like that one. But the original Grinch, you can't go wrong, in my opinion. I'm gonna go with Elf. I really enjoy the Elf movie. This time of year, I'll watch it quite a few times.
Bad Santa. Sorry.
Bad Santa. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. See, that's a great one,
Love
and
that
it doesn't make my top 5, but I do like that movie.
Love that movie.
I will go with Die Hard also in my top 5, and then another one that I watch more now, but I really liked it when I was younger too, and I it's one that I have an affinity for even as an adult.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon movie, but Twice Upon a Christmas. It's a Mickey Mouse Christmas.
Okay.
It's the second Mickey Mouse Christmas.
I can't say that I've ever heard of that.
For me, it's a really good movie, and I enjoy watching. My daughter
And then
loves
your
it.
daughter is a big Mickey.
Oh, she's
yeah,
huge.
She's big into
and
Disney,
she asks for that movie throughout the year.
Oh, is that right?
So she doesn't just watch it at Christmas time.
So she's like Dennis.
Yeah, she will watch Twice Upon a Christmas
Nice.
whenever it is, all year long. So I'm gonna have to go with those.
I think that's
Yeah.
solid. That's a solid list.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So again, we talk about Christmas movies. There's a lot of bad ones.
There is a lot of bad ones.
A lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
Give me some of your bad ones that you just
Elf.
refuse.
I fucking hate Elf.
Yeah.
Just because I hate Will Ferrell.
Okay.
It's-
And you know what? That's a lot of people do. A lot of people don't like Will
Like
Ferrell.
I can't. He just like Four Christmases. You ever seen that?
Oh my God!
With Vince Vaughn and
I actually have that on my list as worst Christmas movies.
God, that's one of the worst. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Not let
yeah,
alone
not
Christmas
just
movie.
no. Vince Vaughn makes some bad ones.
He does.
Fred Claus. Fred Claus is another Vince Vaughn Christmas
Yeah.
movie, and it's fucking awful.
Right.
It's horrible. And you're like you said, it's not just a bad movie. It's not just a bad Christmas movie. It's a bad movie.
It's a bad fucking movie.
Yep. I'm gonna go with Surviving Christmas, which was Ben Affleck and the dude who was in Sopranos.
James Gandolfini?
Yeah. It was just a really bad movie.
It sounds like a bad movie.
Oh my God, it was just not good. It was not good. Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay.
Which is weird for Tim Allen because he
Usually
did
he
the Santa Claus movies
Yeah.
and I like Tim Allen, but that movie was just not good to me. And then Harold and Kumar Christmas.
I just saw that. I just came across that. I'm like,
Harold and Kumar Christmas. Just
that can't be good.
No thanks.
That can't
no
be
thanks. The White Castle one is the only thing I watched them in, and the Guantanamo Bay one after that was bad. And then Harold and Kumar Christmas. No, I'm good. It's a bad movie.
Office Christmas Party.
Oh, see, no, for me that one's in the middle.
It is. Yeah.
Some parts are enjoyable for me because
Right.
it is kind of funny. But I wouldn't say it's one where I really like to watch it a lot.
No, I think I've seen it once.
If
maybe
it's
twice.
if it's on, I might sit there and watch it.
Right.
But it's not horrible in my mind. But it's not great either.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. I just whatever. It
is what it is, right?
It is. It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not bad. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, those
so I'm looking at a list here. And
Yes,
I think
I
you're
am
looking at one
too,
too. So
'cause
like
there's-
there was Home Alone 3.
no.
And I actually don't mind Home Alone 3. I really don't. I hate to say it. It's a bad admission. I'll be honest with you, but it's not I don't hate that movie. It doesn't have good ratings, but I don't hate that movie.
You know the Friday after next. That's technically around Christmas time.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Technically, that it's a Christmas movie.
Right.
That is a Christmas movie. Yeah.
Nightmare,
Santa Claus rips them off, breaks into their
Yes, he
house, and
does.
steals their shit.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I know a lot of people that love that movie, and I'll be honest with you, this is a bad admission on my part, and Frank's probably gonna want to jump through his screen at this one.
All right.
I have never truly really seen that movie all the way through.
I'm not a huge fan of anything Tim Burton does. I'm just
See, and
not.
I like Tim Burton.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me.
See, I'm not really. I was never really a Christmas person for a long time, and I was never really a Halloween person, right, for a long time. But those two movies incorporate both of them, right? So I think that's just why I never really saw that movie all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it while it was on, but I couldn't really rate that movie and tell you how good or bad it is because I've never really truly seen it all the way through.
Oh shit! There's a Home Alone 4.
What?
There's a Home Alone 4.
Wow.
All right.
I didn't know that. Another one I came across here is I'll Be Home for Christmas, which is a Jonathan Taylor Thomas vehicle. Back when he was
when he was the bee's knees.
Yeah, when he was the bee's knees coming off the Home Improvement show. So yeah, so it's it was just one of those things where we kind of wanted to talk something else other than sports, and it's Christmas time, and
I dig it.
Yeah,
Babes in Toyland.
Babe, what?
Looks like a Keanu Reeves and Drew Barrymore joint.
Okay, well, I mean, I like Keanu Reeves, but I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah, I know.
And I know Frank hates Keanu Reeves, so I know he ain't gonna watch that.
All right, Frank.
So, all right. Well, that's our off the sports topic for today.
Yeah.
And,
I'm sure you guys disagree with our lists, and that's fine.
Yeah, send us a message. Let us know if you agree, disagree. Let us know that we're idiots. We already know that,
Yes.
so you can just tell us again.
We are aware. Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah.
If you've had plumbing problems, you're definitely not alone. The next time you have an issue, there's only one place to call. Go to Pro Plumbing. They're a local family-owned company with 15 years of experience. Based in Centerline, they serve the Metro Detroit area, keeping your pipes clean and flowing with fair prices and happy customers. They're open 7 days a week for all your plumbing needs. The knowledgeable and experienced staff will keep you informed of their progress every step of the way to make your experience as smooth as possible. Call Go To Pro Plumbing today at 586-250-2881. That's 586-250-2881. Go To Pro Plumbing. When your pipes won't flow, call the pro.
It's time!
Yes, time for the picks. Joe, yourself, and Frank, you guys had a good week last week. You both went 5-2.
Nice.
Nicely done. I would 4-3, which whatever it is, what it is. Fucking Phillies or fucking Eagles, idiots. Fucking Raiders too, man.
Yeah.
Oof, fucking Raiders.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, that was no good. But this is a new week. We're starting over. This is a new week.
So I'm getting a couple texts from our missing cohort here.
Yes.
He said, first of all, he said, stick to your own read. So, also he said,
somebody had to read it.
also he said, guilty pleasure is Surviving Christmas.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of which one that is. I don't really remember which one Surviving Christmas is. And then he said, Babes in Toyland was god awful.
Okay.
Which honestly, that just reaffirms what I thought about it. Just hearing the title.
Love Actually?
So, Love Actually? I don't know.
Yeah.
No. All right.
On to the picks.
On to the picks.
We're going to start off with the Vikings and the New Orleans Saints.
Vikings and the Saints. That Vikings team is just not good. Kirk Cousins is not good. They have pieces in place that they could be good. Mm-hmm. Cousins, he holds them back. I think we've all agreed on this one at some point in time.
Well,
and New Orleans has Breeze back, and their defense is good enough. I'm going to go with New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm going to go with New Orleans as well, and Frank also took New Orleans. I kind of agree. I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins. The dude's a bum. That dude steals money, and like I've said previous, that his agent belongs in the Hall of Fame for how much money that dude has stolen over the years.
Gotcha.
And just the Vikings are just, I think they're done. Like, honestly, I think they're just done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me the Saints. Moving on to the New York Giants and Baltimore Ravens.
Giants and Ravens. This one's going to be an easy one for me. Even though Baltimore doesn't look very good, they looked better playing Cleveland, and they got back to doing what they do, which is letting Lamar run the ball, letting him pick and choose, letting him run the RPOs. And it's the Giants, man. They're not very good. They're not a good football team. They don't have much going on. I'm going to take Baltimore.
I'm also going to take Baltimore, and again, this is another sweep. I think Baltimore's finally starting to get back to what makes them the Ravens, like that physical style, starting to run the ball a little bit more. And then watching the Giants the other night in one of the most boring fucking football games I've ever seen in my life, that Sunday night game. Holy shit, was that boring.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Their offense is atrocious. Their defense is all right, but it's nothing great. But their offense is just atrocious.
That game was bad for me, and I'm a Cleveland fan.
It was so boring.
Yeah, it was.
Like, I remember texting you in the group chat that night, and I'm just like, is this one of the most boring football games you've ever fucking seen?
And even for me, being a Cleveland fan, and they won that game, it was still boring.
It was
really
incredibly boring. Like, nothing of substance happened in that game that was, like, exciting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're all taking the Ravens on that one. Moving on to the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, in this game, I'm gonna take what I hope happens, and it kind of is based on hope, and it's also based on what I've seen recently. Indianapolis is a good football team.
Yep.
Indianapolis is a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And their defense is one of the best in the league. They can run the ball. They have a good offensive line, and they have Phillip Rivers, which is the one kind of downfall they have. So Pittsburgh is just not very good right now. They're not looking good in any aspect.
Right.
Their defense is on the field too much to even be able to assess whether they're still good or not. Their offense is awful. They can't run the ball like we talked about earlier. Ben looks like he has to shot put the ball like we talked about earlier. And I just hope Indianapolis wins, and I hope my Cleveland Browns win
Right.
so I can see a division game next
for a
week. So,
championship.
yeah, I'm going to take Indy.
Again, another sweep. I'm also taking Indy. Just watching Pittsburgh these past few weeks, it's just their offense is so bad. And like you just said, Indy's defense is one of the better defenses in the league, and I think they're going to take advantage of that. I think they're going to get after Ben Roethlisberger. I think they're going to make him look shitty again this week. I'm curious to see if Juju dances on the logo at Lucas Oil Stadium. I want to see if he does it because he said he's not going to change. He said he's going to keep doing it.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. The game's in Pittsburgh. My bad. I thought it was in Indy. My fault.
Somebody's going to end up taking his head off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to happen.
And they almost did it this last week.
Yeah, right. So I also am going to take the Colts. It's just there's something. I don't know if it's just their offense, but I think there's something fundamentally wrong with the Steelers. I don't know what it is.
I agree with you.
But there's something. I think there's something more to what's going on there right now. But
I agree.
That's just my thoughts on it.
So is that another clean sweep?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
Moving on to the Rams and Sea Chickens.
Rams and Seahawks. You want to lead this one off?
Yeah, I'll
Go
take
ahead.
this one. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I honestly, just like we talked about earlier with Jared Goff, I don't trust that dude in anything when it comes to a football game. I don't. Russell Wilson, I'll take that dude 10 times out of 10 over Jared Goff. And the game is in Seattle. I know they're going to want to come out after losing to the fucking Jets and, want to come out and say, oh, that was a fluke. Now, your starting quarterback's Jared Goff. That dude is a fraud. So give me the Sea Chickens.
Which is bad because the Rams have probably the best defense in the league. It's arguably the best defense.
It's in the conversation
yeah,
for sure.
Best defense in the league, arguably.
Yep.
And their offense is what loses them a game like that.
Yep.
And when it comes down to it, I'm looking at this game. Seattle's defense is not good, but their stats are kind of skewed from the beginning of the season because their defense has played a lot better.
It has gotten a lot. It's gotten better.
Weeks.
Yes, for sure.
It's gotten better in recent weeks.
Yep.
Last week, the Rams, which are arguably the best defense in the league, did not look as great against a New York Jets team. But again, when you're on the field a lot, like we talked about with Pittsburgh, that can make you look bad because you get tired, you get winded, and you give up some plays. So looking at this game, I think Seattle wins it. I think it's probably going to be a close game, but I think Seattle has the playmakers on offense, and they have Russell Wilson on offense, which can make a difference when you're going against a team like that has Jared Goff on the other side and a defense that Russ can beat a good defense.
Yeah, he can.
So I'm going to go with Seattle.
Frank took the Rams.
Okay.
So that's the first one. I believe that is the first one that was not a clean sweep.
Yeah. Okay.
Tennessee and Green Bay.
Tennessee and Green Bay. Now I know Frank texted about this when we were going over the games, and he said this should be a shootout or barn burner. I'm not sure exactly what he said about
burn
it.
burner.
A burn burner.
Yeah. Shut up, Kenny. You know what I meant.
The Burt Wharton. Come on, shut up, Kenny. You know what I meant.
Solid.
I'm only here because y'all paying me.
Awesome. I missed that.
So yeah, it should be a burn burner.
Shut up, Kenny. You know what I meant. I love it.
But yeah, no, this game should be very good. It
Yeah,
should be a fun game to watch. And I'm looking at this game as I'm going to go with who's coming in hotter. You know what I mean? Who's on more fire right now? And I think Tennessee is playing very good football right now.
Okay.
They're on a roll, and I hate taking anybody but Aaron Rodgers. I really do, because when it comes down to it, he's proven me that he wins a lot. But I'm going to go with Tennessee.
I'm going with Green Bay. I just looking at that Titans defense. That defense is bad. It is. That defense is bad, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to carve that defense up.
The Packers' defense is equally as bad.
I understand that. I get that. But just looking at the games at Lambeau again, obviously no fans, but it's
Right.
still you're still playing at home. You don't got to travel and all that shit. And for for those reasons, I'm gonna go with the Packers. They seem to got, especially with the Rodgers when he come out like last week or whatever he said. He's like, we're in a groove now. Like we're good.
Right.
We're good. And I think that just speaks to the confidence of this not just the offense, but just the entirety of the football team. And that's when watching the Titans against the Lions, I'm just like, yeah, they're good, but there's something that you can't pick them to do more than what they're doing right now.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with the Packers, and I believe Frank went with the Packers as well, because that dude's never gonna go against Aaron Rodgers ever.
Yeah. Well, and I can't blame you guys for doing that. My thing is, they didn't look very good this last week against Carolina, and I just the Titans to me look like they're on a roll right now, and it could just be me reading too much into it, and Aaron Rodgers is going to come out and make me look like a fool.
Wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be the first time. Probably not going to be the last.
No. Buffalo in New England. I'll lead this one off. You know what? I'm going to go Buffalo. I know they just wrapped up the AFC East, which congratulations, first time in 25 years. That's awesome. I was watching that game Saturday night, and I was very happy about it.
I'm happy about that.
I am happy about that. I think they're going to come out sluggish. I really, really do. But I think in the end, I think they'll end up taking the game. I think New England's they know they're done. They're obviously they just got eliminated from playoff contention.
Yeah.
And I think it's what they're just going to play out the string. I think
the only thing New England has going for them is that it's Buffalo, and they want to try to ruin their party.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
I think that's the only thing they'll really have going for them.
Yeah, I can see
their
that.
defense is still pretty decent, but when it comes down to it, the better team.
And they just lost their best corner.
Yeah, they did.
Gilmore,
actually, yeah,
Gilmore's out.
But when it comes down to it, the better team is Buffalo.
Yep.
And I think the better team wins in this game. It's going to be Buffalo.
And that is a sweep because Frank took Buffalo as well. And then, as always, we get to the most important game of the week. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to Ford Field to play the Detroit Lions. Tampa Bay. Simple. Easy.
Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay.
And Frank took Tampa Bay too, right?
He did.
Yep.
That's all that needs to be said. There's no analyzing in that game.
There really isn't.
Tampa Bay.
There isn't. There's not much analyzing to do on that one. Oh, by the way, I got a text from Frank, said the Ben Affleck and the James Gandolfini one is Surviving Christmas, and that's his guilty pleasure. The one that I said was awful.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guilty pleasure. That's his guilty pleasure for Christmas movies.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
All right, and that's going to do it for the picks for this week. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see. Before we end the show, Chris, anything you got? Any shout outs? Anything you want to say?
No, just everybody have a great holiday. Just stay safe. All that good shit. Hope you get everything you want. Hope if you get together with your families, obviously be safe and do all that shit. But I hope you actually are able to get together with your families, because honestly, this is the time of year to do that. So the best time of year to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
it is, and I'm just going to echo your words. Enjoy your family, be safe about it, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. I do want to give one shout out, same one as last week, to Steve Waddell from Bald Man Entertainment.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
He keeps giving us some push, and we definitely appreciate it. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to give him some push. Look up Bald Man Entertainment, and when things start to open back up, and you need a DJ,
Absolutely.
For anything, give him a shout out. So,
and not to mention all the people that have been sharing our stuff that we've been kind of posting on our Facebook page. You have no idea how much we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Our Facebook and particularly our Facebook, but our Twitter and everything else, our website is escalating, and we definitely appreciate everybody's shares, everybody's likes, everybody's follows. We appreciate any comments you give us. It's from the bottom of our hearts. It's greatly appreciated.
It really is. Thank you.
Yes, and with that being said, it's going to bring us to the end of the show this week. Give us a like, a share, and a follow on our social media that we just talked about.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out our website, sotdet.com. You can see our show picks and our blogs. While you're there, take a look at our weekly fantasy rankings, along with weekly insight like starts and sits for every position and injury reports. Again, that's sotdet.com. Thank you all for listening and watching. On behalf of Chris and Frank, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye, have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No, 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 no!
Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
And you were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.